Remember about the last time you went up there? Obviously, the memory's not positive.
All right, it wasn't a good experience. I think the biggest thing we went up there kind of complacent where we were, didn't play our best. Had a lot of turnovers and gave them a short field, and that's never a good recipe for success.
College said this is a much more veteran team, and he does not sense that in any way.
Yeah, I really think we've really been focusing, especially last week with the bye week. Everybody has been practicing really hard. We had got some good rest and still got some good practice in last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Kind of kept that edge that we had, and then we started practice Saturday. So we've had a full game week of practice, and I think we'll be ready.
What about your foot injury? When did that happen, and how did it occur?
Well, I've had plantar fasciitis since late summer, and it's just kind of been nagging. And finally, in the Georgia game, right at halftime, it tore, and so it's just been a kind of a heal. It's kind of a long process until once it tears, it started to heal. So it's gonna be 100% by Thursday, though.
So it's actually a good thing that it finally tore.
Oh, yeah.
Finally get that process going again.
Yeah, that was a funny thing when I was talking to Danny Poole about it. He said this is the one thing that you actually want to go ahead and tear, and so they can go ahead and heal, feel better.
We've heard from a lot of the different players about how this team is different than the Raleigh last time. You can just sense it. Can you maybe just talk about some of the specifics? What seems different about this team these last few weeks?
Right. Well, I think like Todd said, we're a more veteran team. We kind of know how to handle success, and especially with our ranking and stuff, we can't look at that and be like, oh, we're this number and we're going to go up there because they're not ranked and we're going to beat them. So we have to play like we have something to prove every week. We got to play like we're the last team in the nation, and we're trying to earn respect of everybody. So I think that's definitely going to help us out, and everybody's more focused and ready to play.
In that way, would you say that game 2 years ago, as bad as it was at the time, was maybe a positive experience for the growth of the program?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it's a good learning experience, and that's how, adversity is always a great tool of a champion, to learn and grow from it. And, it all happened for a reason, so I think we definitely learn from it and we'll be better for it.
Is that maybe a point that you look back to where learning that you didn't know how to deal with success maybe caused you to learn?
Right, and I think that, it helped us out a lot, and it showed us that, no matter how late in the season or what you're ranked, you can be beat anytime, anywhere, and we got to play our best game every week, because now that we're doing so well, we got a huge target on our back, and everybody's gonna be gunning for us, so we're just gonna have to play our best.
Obviously, with the starters not getting a whole bunch of time against SC State in this weird early bye week,
right.
Any concerns about the especially with the fast-paced offense, getting any rust problems or kind of getting right back into the flow after kind of having a pretty good stretch off here early on?
I think we'll be fine, honestly. Last week in practice, we did a lot of live situations against our defense, and that really helps. And, we can work on our tempo during practice, too. We have a lot of periods just, specifically for our tempo, trying to go faster. And especially once we go against the defense, that's our main goal, is to go as fast as we can, and just execute like we're in a game situation. So I think we'll be fine in that regard.
New staff up at the state. What's different about those guys this year?
I'm not sure if what we need to worry about is different. Last year we saw a lot of slants and movement up front. I think we could probably expect pretty much the same thing. They're going to try to disrupt us. You've got some really good defensive linemen, and their whole defense is well coached and a good defense. But their defensive line looks really strong this year. But I think if we just run our tracks, do what we're supposed to do, we should be fine. Pick up the movement.
How important is it, especially early in the season, to build that continuity in the offensive line? I know you guys played a lot together last year, but to get that feeling again going this year, going into the early part of the season.
Right, it's very important. You want to be able to gel with everybody. And I think we all play better when we're working well together, and especially it's nice to have that depth. That we didn't have last year. Kaylon stepped in last week and did a great job. He actually got lineman of the week, so it's very reassuring, especially after seeing our second string offensive line went in there and did just as well. So it's nice to have that depth and continuity in the offensive line.
You were recruited by NC State, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Did you consider him seriously or not?
I considered him for a while. I think the biggest thing was when I went up there for a visit, campus was just so big. It's a little bit more hectic than I was expecting or wanting it to be. So I think that's where I kind of made my decision. But yeah, they definitely, growing up, always was a big fan. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.